When we look at civilizations, how they are built, how they are structured, how they prospered and flourished, we have to understand what made them so. Many thinkers throughout the ages have come up with different ideas, concepts, and even methods to make us better understand how such civilizations were born and how they were structured. For example, Karl Marx and his economic determinants, where he believed that a certain group of people, like the merchant class, dominated the means of production, which enabled them to dominate the rest of the society. Or we look at Antonio Gramsci from his prisoner notebooks and the understanding of social hegemony, in which he believed that the elites managed to infiltrate society by dominating how we believe, what we like and dislike through cultural elements and norms. Or if we look at Norbert Elias and the cultural mannerisms or the civilizing process, in which it was a justification for how colonial powers like the British or the French managed to dominate other powers by saying we are the superior ones, and that our mannerisms and our methods and understandings of how we live life is far more superior and far more grander than yours. Then we come to the understanding of how certain societies became strong and powerful and dominant throughout the ages. But there's always been a certain class of people that have always spoken the truth, whether they were liked for it or not. People who always stood up for what's real and what's right. These people I like to call public intellectuals. And unfortunately, public intellectuals are not as common as we like them to believe. Or as Voltaire said, that common sense is not so common because we are flooded with influencers. We are flooded with entertainers. Public intellectuals, like what the great David Hume, the British philosopher, believed, are individuals that can mesh up reason and emotions together. While back in his time he believed education or educational institutions, universities for instance, they used to focus more on reason, which would enable them to focus on their careers later on, but they don't teach people how to use and how to control their emotions. Public intellectuals are people who can combine both elements in order for them to help society flourish. We need public intellectuals. We need more of them to create the balance within society between the right and the wrong. People who would stand up for what's right, stand up for what's good. And I'd like to sum it up with what a famous political thinker, Paulo Freire, once said, in which he used educational elements and the understanding of education as a significance of how to build better societies, stronger and more durable societies, by saying that the greatest historical task of the oppressed is to liberate themselves and their oppressors as well. Thank you very much.